Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Julie K here with a loaded envelope. It's a Valentine's Day Parisian type themed loaded envelope, and it's for swap on a Facebook group called Loaded Envelope Galore. And I just wanted to share it with you guys before I packaged it up. This one I have filled pretty full. Then here's the back side. So I'll kind of show you guys what I loaded this envelope with and then talk about what I used to create the actual loaded envelope. I did create my own loaded envelope and I created a gusset in the side, and I did use, I think her name's Michelle Randolph. She has a tutorial out there on how to create a loaded envelope with the gussets on the side of it. And so I just followed that part of her tutorial. I chose to do my own thing for the actual pockets, but it is a great tutorial, so if you haven't created your own loaded envelope and you want to make one with the gussets, she has a really good tutorial out there for that. And so I'll unload it so you guys can kind of see it a little bit better. But I did include some of these black and white flowers, which I thought matched the theme very well. The paper that I used is a Carta Bella paper, and it comes from the Amore collection. And the collection is mostly red and black and white, and then it does have some blue in it also, and a little bit of pink, but most of what I chose to use in this loaded envelope was the black, white, and red parts of the paper. So I also included a whole bunch of these little decorative picks, and I did pick these up. I got a whole package of them for like 97 cents or something like that at Walmart. So I did buy those and put them kind of all throughout the envelope. I'll pull the other ones out when we get to the back pocket. And this swap did have a few requirements, like we had to have an altered paper clip and a couple wands, and we had to make sure that we had some sort of visible Valentine's Day theme on the actual envelope. So I mean, I do have the little hearts here, and then there's some words back here in this back part of the envelope that meet that requirement. And then we also had to include so many, like 2 jumbo tags, I think, and then also an envelope with stickers and tags and stuff in it. And then also we had to include 4 embellishments also. So I did include some of these ribbon trim for the recipient. Here's the first wand that I created. I did use a paper straw, and it's a pretty sturdy paper straw. I bought these straws, I believe, at Tuesday Morning. Or it could have been Michael's also. And I attached some fibers, some red ribbon, and also some bead trim. And the XO die cut is a Tim Holtz die cut. Otherwise, every other die cut in this wand is from Spellbinders. And the first heart right here, I did stickle around the edges and also around the round piece of the Spellbinders one. I also did stickle some little dots on there. I added this little embellishment that came from Hobby Lobby. And the back sides I left plain, but they are clean, so whoever gets it, they could add a to from on here if they wanted to, or actually just snip off the straw and attach it to a card or another loaded envelope or something. So there's, you know, a few things you can do with this wand. In this front pocket, I also included the envelope that was part of the requirement. And here's my altered paper clip. It's kind of a basic one. But again, the black piece was a Spellbinders die. And then I just have a circle punch from layered behind it. And the heart is a Spellbinders, and the XOXO, I can't remember where that one came from. But it's part of a bigger die that I just used the pieces out of it. And the front and back looks exactly the same. I also made this little clip just by attaching a little flower embellishment and then just a clear bead on it, just for a little extra. Inside the envelope, I did again use the Tim Holtz XO. And inside I have some stickers, I have some cut aparts from the paper collection, and then also I cut out a whole bunch of tags from the paper collection for her. And then here's where I got the XO from, is I did die cut her a couple of these background XO die cuts, and so that's where I got the XO for this. And I can't remember what company this one's from. And I was going to use them somewhere on like one of the jumbo tags, and I ended up not using them, so I just decided to stick them in the envelope for the recipient to use. And let's see, the next part of it. So now you can kind of see the actual pocket that I have here, and I'll tell you a little bit about it. So I did attach some black trim at the bottom and glued on these little hearts, and I did this on the front and back side. I also attached some of this flat back pearl trim, and I picked that up from Wild Orchid Crafts, and then also this bling, which is just kind of bling on a roll, and I picked that up at Hobby Lobby in the past, I believe. This die cut that says Paris, it's a company off of the internet called Frantic Stamper, I believe, and she sells all sorts of die cuts and scrapbooking stuff, but she also carries her own line of dies, so this was one of her own line. But the Spellbinder's heart, and it's a Spellbinder's key. This little swirl embellishment up here is Heartfelt Creations, along with this border die up here, and so I used that to create my first pocket by cutting that out. And again, it's the Carta Bella paper that I used. And then behind here, I layered some more of the Carta Bella paper, the one that's red and white. I added a Tim Holtz number 14 die cut. The black piece right here is Spellbinders, and the word love is an Impression Obsession die. Again, the Heartfelt Creations die up here. And then the inside pocket, which again, or the back pocket, you can kind of see there's a lot of stuff in here. So I'll start by pulling out the picks again. And those, I can't remember if I said or not, but I did pick those up at Walmart. I got a whole package of like 8 of them or something like that. And they weren't very expensive. So they just add a great filler for the loaded envelope to make it look fuller and not spend a lot of money. Here is the second wand that I created, and again I just hung some trim off of it. Use that same black and white straw. And this black piece right here is Spellbinders. This little banner piece is also Spellbinders, along with the heart. And the word sweet I cut out of, I think it's Tailored Expressions, I think is the name of that company where the word sweet comes from. And the rosette that I created is from using the We Are Memory Keepers rosette punch on that one, which is kind of a fun punch to use because it does create the little holes up there. But you can also get that effect just by using a different type of border punch also. And I did have a little bit of stickles on the top parts of this rosette. And when you turn it over, it is just plain. I just left the black back sides plain. I also created 2 sets of embellishments. They're just tag embellishments that I cut out from the paper collection. I'm not going to take them out of the packaging, but I just thought I would show you guys some different tags where I layered up using some of the different pieces. And then I also created these clothespins. They were already painted this red and white, and I just attached a little heart to them. And then here's the second set of tags that I created. And again, the same clothespin, but it's black and white with a little heart on it. It's just a great way to pull out the items from the pocket. And see, I did also add in some of the glittered clothespins. And then 2 sets of these bling embellishments. This one's hearts, and this one's just the crystals. And so the last 2 items in this back pocket are the tags, and what's kind of neat about this is they look like they're actually part of the envelope, but they do come out. And again, I created these the border die here is from Heartfelt Creations. And what's nice about this set is it does have a set that goes this way and a set that goes this way. So that's kind of cool about that set. So here's the first jumbo tag that I created, again using one of the Prima, or the Julie Nutting Prima paper doll stamps that I did color her skin, but then the rest of it I just stamped and pieced together using the different cardstock from the collection. And I did add a little bit of bling right there around her waist. The hearts, again, all the hearts on here are from Spellbinders. Impression Obsession die, the Tailored Expression die that says Sweet. I just used one of the paper strips here on the side with some bling on it, just to embellish it up just a little bit. And then here's kind of an up look close of the top part. And I also created some bling along here too, just to set it off a little bit. And then here's the second jumbo tag that I created. And again, I use the Tim Holtz XO die, and then also this Hugs and Kisses is a Tim Holtz die. The heart is Spellbinders. This heart is also Spellbinders. The word love right here comes from Memory Box or Poppy Stamps. And this background piece was one that I had received in a swap from Shonda, who is Slim Cards here on YouTube. So I did use that one. And again, the top hearts, the Heartfelt Creations die. I added some bling up there, some bling right here, and some bling right here, just to kind of make the tag look a little more elegant. And so that's the whole front side of my loaded envelope. And then the back side, again, at the bottom, there's the same black lace trim, the flat back pearls, and the bling. The pocket I created from the paper collection just by fussy cutting out this part of it. And I just included a couple things in the back pocket, just some red straws so that she could use them for her making future wands, and then also some of these flat back pearl bling type sticker trim. And I'll probably also include a little bit of a letter in there for her. And so that's the back side of my loaded envelope, and again the front side. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and have a great day.